MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
Now to bring us all back down to earth, we've got a powerful pair of Pontiacs, the 6000 STE and the V6 Fiero GT. Now, we rated both cars tops in their class last year in our MotorWeek Driver's Choice ratings, but that was a year ago, and lots of new competitors have rolled out of the showroom since then. Well, Pontiac didn't rest on their laurels. This year, the STE gets more of what makes a Euro-style sedan, and the Fiero, well, more of what makes a sports car. So is Pontiac's performance image still premium? Well, to find out, let's look into the alterations made on our first Pontiac tour de force, the front drive 6000 STE. Now, the 6000 STE remains the most complete and advanced driver-oriented sedan Detroit has ever produced. For 1985, Pontiac made only changes that improved the 6000 STE's performance or appearance. Visually, the front end is slightly bolder with a wider bumper rub strip. Around back, wall-to-wall taillights have been added, but with the blacked-out look thanks to neutral density lenses. Inside, things are pretty much as before, with manual 6-way seats standard and power recliners now an option. The standard seats offer good support but could stand more bottom cushion padding. And Pontiac should also do something about more steering wheel adjustment. For most drivers, it was a choice between a good driving position or a clear view of the gauges. Speaking of which, the Trick STE electronic cluster has been modified slightly for better legibility, but it's still not one of our favorite features on the STE. However, folks that are paying its $14,829 plus price tag seem to expect it. Along with other STE goodies like electronic ride control and its built-in air pump, or the thoughtful tool and emergency kit, just in case. But what we hope STE owners will really expect more of is finely tuned performance. And on that score, the STE's 2.8-liter V6 has been improved with multi-port fuel injection. Its 130 horses, the same as last year, peaks at a lower engine speed. But it does make more torque, about 10% more, now at 160. Yet due to a higher economy-minded final drive ratio, acceleration over the short course didn't improve by much. With crisp reaction from the 3-speed automatic, the STE returned a 0 to 60 time of 10.2 seconds and 500-foot expressway on-ramp test of 9.2 seconds at 57 miles per hour, an overall improvement of 3%. But in the longer run, the newest STE's quarter-mile results suffered slightly, although 18.2 seconds at 75 is still good performance for a 3,000-pound V6 powered car. Handling is still confident and sure in the STE. There is no torque steer and little body roll. STE steering is quick and offers plenty of feedback. 70 Series Eagle GT tires help the rear end stay firmly planted while the front plows modestly. But while the STE is very responsive in rapid maneuvers, it is also very relaxed while cruising. Pontiac engineers have given the STE an enviable combination of smooth ride and spirited handling. And with 4-wheel disc brakes, stopping the 6000 STE is also a reassuring experience. While the pedal on our very new test car did have a mushy feel, the system was easy to modulate. In 6 tries, the STE always stopped straight. Distances averaged a short 115 feet from 55, and fade was practically non-existent. So in its 3rd year of production, the Pontiac 6000 STE is a more completely transformed sports sedan. And how about the future? Well, our spies tell us that this is an 86 STE, flush headlights and all. There will also be a more radical tail lamp treatment. Tires will probably get wider. The 3-speed automatic will give way to a 4-speed unit. And finally, buyers will be able to order a 5-speed manual. We and other Pontiac 6000 STE fans can hardly wait. But while we are waiting, let's see what Pontiac has done for its newest performer, the sassy mid-engine Fiero. With last year's Indy Pace Car Aero styling package, a new Fiero GT comes up to the line. With rocker panel extensions and the optional rear spoiler, this latest Fiero looks the part of a high-velocity, pavement-gripping sports car. But are the looks deceiving? Well, not if the 4-outlet twin exhaust pipes mean what they should. A V6 option is now available on all Fieros. It'll cost you $522 on most models, and it's standard equipment on the $14,542 Fiero GT. It's a multi-port fuel-injected 2.8-liter unit like the 6000 STEs, but thanks to the Fiero's lower exhaust system restriction, it generates 140 horsepower and 170 pounds of torque. The standard transmission for the V6 is the 4-speed manual we last saw in Chevy's Citation X11. But it was the added cost 3-speed automatic that came in our Fiero GT test car, and it arrived just in time for a trip to Pennsylvania's Pocono International Raceway. On Pocono's high bank 2.5-mile tri-oval, we clocked our Fiero GT at 110, with a top speed probably nearer 115. Now that's about a 10% gain over the 4-cylinder 4-speed Fiero SE that we tested last year. With far more low and mid-range torque, acceleration times also improved. A 0 to 60 sprint was 15% faster at 9.3 seconds. With a manual, it might be more like 8.3. And the quarter mile that we rated good in the original Fiero is now downright quick at 16.7 seconds and 80 miles per hour. But with 2,700 V6 equipped pounds to pull around, our Fiero GT seemed heavier and slower than our clocks indicated. That weight, however, and the 60 Series Eagle GT tires, along with a slight tweaking of the Fiero's performance suspension, have made this a better balanced sports car. On Pocono's infield road course, the Fiero GT exhibited more front tire scrub than expected, but precise throttle adjustments gave excellent control. Into a corner too fast? Just back off the gas and the rear will swing out for the turn. Then get back on the throttle and the rear wheels will continue to push the nose along the proper course. Negatives we noticed, well, major expansion joints produced a lot of front to rear hop, and the manual rack and pinion steering, while fine at speed, is very heavy for everyday around-town use. The brakes also faded more than we would have liked, although an overall stopping distance of 130 feet from 55 is a good result. So while the short history of the Fiero has been bright and the additions for 85 well received, Pontiac still has much more in store for future Fieros. Next year, 15-inch wheels will come with the top tire option, and a 5-speed manual will be optional with the V6. 87, look for a new suspension that should be more bump resistant and a novel form of power assist to reduce low-speed steering effort. As time drives on, so does car design, and Pontiac with the Fiero and the 6000 STE seems determined to arrive ahead of the others.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week on MotorWeek.